Hi, this is Brad Singleton from ClearCoachingServices.com, here today to teach you 10 stretches that have done miracles for me in relieving the tension in my low back. What I discovered is the muscles in my glutes, and my hamstrings, my quads, hip flexors, piriformis, all of those things are related to your low back, and when you keep those muscles stretched out, it's worked miracles for me in relieving the tension in my low back. So today I'm going to teach you 10 stretches that I do every single day which help relieve the tension in my low back. So the first stretch I'm going to teach you is the glute stretch. So with the glute stretch, you're going to take your right ankle and place it on your left knee. You're going to reach through and you're going to pull back until you feel the tension begin to release right here through your glute. You're just going to hold that, and as you begin to breathe, then you can pull that knee back further. You want it to be uncomfortable, but you do not want it to be painful. It will be uncomfortable, but you don't want it to be painful. You just keep pulling back, pulling back. You're going to hold that for a count of about 30, and then you're going to switch over with the left ankle on top of the right knee. You're going to reach through. You're going to pull back. Same thing. You're going to feel the tension down your left glute. You want it to be uncomfortable, but not painful. You're going to continue to pull back, and the more you breathe, the more those muscles are going to relax, and you can feel the tension release in that glute. All right. So next very, very important stretch is the piriformis stretch, which is another stretch which I found much related to my low back pain. And so with the piriformis stretch, you're going to take your right knee and you're going to come across like this with everything in a right angle. You're going to pull and you rotate and twist. You're going to feel the tension here in your glute, but down the piriformis muscle is a muscle underneath your glute, which will help relieve the tension there in your pelvis as well. Same thing, you're just going to hold that for about a count of 10. And then after you've done this, then you're just going to extend the ankle out, and that takes that stretch even deeper into the piriformis. You're going to hold that stretch for about a count of 10 as well. And then you're going to rotate over to the other side. Same thing, keeping everything at a right ankle, pulling with this hand on the knee. You're going to feel it here. Again, it should be uncomfortable, but not painful. You're going to just continue to breathe and relax. Hold that for about a count of 10. And then extend the ankle, which will take that stretch even deeper. Breathe, relax, letting that piriformis muscle relax. Okay, then as you come up, now we're going to stretch out our hamstrings. This is a very, very common stretch, very easy stretch to do. But you're simply just pulling your toes up as you reach down. And I tend to have very, very tight hamstrings, so it tends to take me a while. I take a breath and I just go further. Take a breath, go further until I can reach my toes, pull my toes back. Take a breath, reach further. Again, some people are very, very flexible. They can even go down their heels. I'm not quite that flexible. And so I just stay right here until I can feel the hamstrings relax. Next stretch I'm going to teach you is for the hip flexor muscle. As you lean forward, you're going to have this knee back on the ground, and you're going to come forward. You're going to feel the stretch there in your hip flexor. Coming forward. Now you can even put your hands down here on the ground. You begin to feel the stretch here in this leg as well. Sometimes I will actually begin to rotate back and forth to relieve the tension there in that hip flexor. And then you're just going to change legs, go here to the other side. You're going to see the angle here. You're going to feel the stretch all the way up here in your hip flexor. Again, you can begin to move side to side, relieving the tension from that hip flexor. Now, next, this next one is a yoga pose actually, but I found that again, this one helps in actually stretching out the muscles right here and your lat, and all that is connected down into your low back as well. This is called, and this also stretches out your hips as well. This is called a child's pose. So you're taking your hips down to your ankles, and you're going down and you're stretching out your hands as far as possible, letting your hands go down between your shoulder blades. The more you breathe, the more you can sink your
butt down into your ankles. The more you can bring your head down through your shoulders, you feel that tension in your lats release. After I hold that for about a count of 10, then I'll take my left hand, place it on top of my right, and pull that left lat out even more. Stretch out that left lat. Then switch to the other side, right hand on top of the left hand, and stretch out that right lat as well. Big deep breaths, and then we're done. Next, it's a very common stretch, is a quad stretch. You're going to reach back, you're going to grab that toe, pull that toe towards your butt. As always, I keep saying stretches should feel uncomfortable, but they should not feel painful. And you're just going to pull that, your heel up to your butt, feeling the stretch all right here. And then switch to the other side. Pull back. Should be feeling the stretch here in the front of your quad. Last one I want to show you, and this will stretch from the tip of your fingers all the way down to the tip of your toes. This is another yoga move that I really enjoy. And you're going to take the left hand up, you're going to look over to the eye of the elbow, and you're just going to make a big arc, sticking your hip out that way. Pulling everything, so you're going to feel this stretch again from the tip of your fingers all the way down to your toes. You're going to stretch all these muscles out here in your obliques. And then you're going to switch to the other side. Same thing, sticking that hip out that way. And look up here to the eye of the elbow. You're going to feel that stretch from the top of your fingers all the way down to your toes, especially over here in your oblique muscles. You're going to stretch out. Final. One last stretch I'm going to show you is, a lot of times people do a lot of bench presses like myself, a lot of push-ups. We can tend to have our shoulders rounded forward with a tension in the pecs. When that happens, it rounds the back, creates tension in the low back. So the way to stretch out your chest is to find a doorway. Just grab with your hand, push your shoulder through. You're going to feel that stretch here, all in your pectoral muscle. And now you can hold it high for a few seconds, then come to parallel with the floor, and then come down here to the bottom. You're going to stretch out you're going to stretch the lower pec, the middle pec, and the upper pec on that side, and then this side as well. We'll stretch the upper, the middle, the lower pec just by rotating that way. So again, I do these stretches every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, and I found by keeping all of these muscles stretched out, all the muscles in my hips and my glutes and my quads and my pecs, keeping all those muscles loose has done miracles for me and relieving the tension in my low back. So I just want to encourage you to give these stretches a try. And again, I would do this every single morning if I were you. And it's done amazing things for me. I hope it's a blessing to you. So again, this is Brad Singleton from ClearCoachingServices.com with 10 stretches that will help relieve the pain and tension from your low back.